tiempo. Toca los guantes. Touch him up. Good luck. Buena suerte.
Boy, this crowd has come to life. An absolutely packed house. And this fight all about pressure versus precision. William Zepeda believes if he throws enough punches, eventually the dam will break. As for Lamont Roach Jr., he believes one perfectly timed counter can change everything. This is for the WBC World Lightweight title. It's our main event, live on DAZN and TNT. Here we go. Zepeda in the white and red, Roach in the black, blue, and orange.
And what I'm looking for early is to see if there has been an evolution in William Zepeda. Not that I'm expecting him to evolve into more of a boxer puncher, but is he showing more angles? Is he trying to come at Lamont Roach from different positions, or is he still just that come forward buzzsaw? Because Lamont Roach is going to have an answer for that.
What I want to see is that front foot battle. Who's going to dominate the front foot and that lead hand? The lead hand of Zepeda is his right hand. He's a natural southpaw, a converted southpaw, so that right hand's going to be key. That right hook that he just tried to land it. And for Roach, he's going to have to catch and counter, not let that man get going.
As he always wants to be, it's Zepeda on the front foot, bringing the tempo, pushing the pace.
Very familiar with southpaws is Lamont Roach. It's the fourth southpaw in 5 fights. So very familiar with the left-handed punching.
You know, a different type of opponent, though, for Lamont Roach. Against Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz, he was the bigger man, the taller man in the ring. You can see the size of William Zepeda in this one.
Slightly taller, slightly longer.
He looks wider, too. That's what Zepeda has made a career out of, imposing his will, drowning you in volume. 33 wins, 27 by knockout. Counter right hand from Zepeda.
Now you can tell that Zepeda respects the right hand power from Lamont Roach. When I was talking to his team all week long, that's the one thing they said to me over and over, was that we got to watch out for that right hand, especially in these early rounds.
And that right hand could come with an uppercut or a right hook. So you have to watch out from all angles with that radar-like right hand of the Reaper.
Well, you talk about the power of Roach, but on paper it doesn't seem that he's got a ton of it. 10 KOs in 25 wins.
Yeah, but I do think, in addition to other areas, Lamont Roach has kind of grown into his power as he's gotten into his late 20s and now early 30s. I feel like he's a stronger, sharper puncher now than he was earlier in his career.
I agree. I think Roach is a strong puncher. You know, he's going to get your attention with that shot. Zepeda breaks you down and suffocates you with punches. So two different type of punchers. But with a guy like Roach, you're not going to land more than 1 or 2 shots in a row. So the volume's not going to be, it's not going to be key here.
The ring positioning is key. Lamont Roach wants to keep this fight in the middle of the ring, not in the corner. Zepeda had success when he had Shakur back in the corner. When he was in the middle of the ring, that's when Shakur got his.
Step back counter with the hook. Get a little low on it, you can go with the 6, then you start a little bit under. Alright, come on, fake going over there. And go to your right sometimes, alright? And throw the pill out right hand when you come in. Okay? You can't work them good, let's see. Keep it fast and sharp, even if you ain't landing. Alright? Go.
There's that clean right hand just to get him off, push him back. Clean left hook right there. I didn't expect that left hook to really land on the southpaw, especially because Zepeda keeps his right hand and paws him off really nicely. Good round for Lamont Roach.
Good round for Zepeda. Felt like maybe he won it.
I like the punches.
You give that to Roach?
Yeah,
I do.
Definitely.
Right hand there from Lamont. We do have open scoring tonight. We'll see those scores after rounds 4 and 8.
Zepeda's going to need a jab, and he has a jab. It comes with different power, but he's going to need a jab against Roach. He's going to have to push him back with that right hand.
Yeah, Lamont Roach is also a pretty sharp defensive fighter, and going up against Isaac Cruz got frustrated as that fight entered the middle rounds, but he just wasn't able to land. That pressure wasn't as effective as it often is Isaac Cruz's fights. That's because of the defensive discipline of Lamont Roach.
There's that check hook again.
Knocking out Cameron off balance. Nicknamed the Shrimp because after his hard workouts as an amateur, they said he would turn beet red and pink like a shrimp. Good body shot from the Mexican.
That's where Zepeda wants to be. Pushed up against the corner with an opportunity to let his hands go.
And this is what Roach does well. He knows that. He knows how to turn himself sideways, make himself a smaller target, and rolls with the shots. He uses those big shoulders and comes back with nice punches. Even against a volume puncher and a buster like Zepeda, whenever you can turn sideways like that, that's a big benefit.
Zepeda touching him with the right. He'll hit your arm, your stomach, your ear. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but like we saw, that wasn't enough. Like we saw that with Shakur. But Southpaw was able to use those shoulders, move side to side, and actually get the catch and counter.
Good shot there from Zepeda.
Left hand right down the pipe from the Southpaw, who fights out of Iquipico, Mexico. And if you watch some of the side programming on Golden Boy's YouTube channel, you'll see that Zepeda constantly running around his hometown. Potholes everywhere, Sergio. I asked him that help with his footwork. He gets not only that, but I get chased by donkeys, bulls, and dogs on my runs.
High altitude in the mountains.
Good right hand from Roach. Best punch of the fight.
And the more aggressive that Zepeda comes back at you trying to get that back, the more susceptible he's going to be to that right hand. Without the jab, Zepeda's not going to go in without getting touched.
Chris, it seems like these judges are going to have to do a math calculation. How many punches that aren't that strong from Zepeda will equal one of a strong shot from Roach?
Well, I thought the judges in the Shakur fight did an excellent job because Zepeda was letting his hands go, but Shakur was deflecting a lot of them, keeping the accuracy down while keeping his accuracy way up.
And that will do it for round two.
The DraftKings Sports app is now available nationwide. So if you're anywhere from Florida to Texas to California, you can get in the game at the speed of sports. New DraftKings customers spend $5 to get $150 in total bonuses. The crown is yours.
You got to adjust. You got to go to the body. Don't let him dictate the pace. Chopping right hook right there. That caught the attention of Zepeda right on top of the ear. Good shot right there. And those are the shots that we were looking at, Todd. Good catching, clean counter shots. Those are the punches that are easy to see that beat volume. Normally, Lamont Roach doesn't dictate the pace. He's not letting Zepeda actually control the round, and that's the reason I think he's having success early.
Who'd you give the first two rounds to, Chris?
Yeah, I gave him to Lamont Roach. I thought his accuracy, especially on some of those power shots, gave him the slight edge. The straight right hand was there in that second round. I just looking at the numbers for Zepeda. He's throwing a lot of punches, but he's not landing at a very high rate. I think the power shots so far have been in favor of Lamont Roach. I've got a 2-0 Lamont Roach.
Just when Zepeda was about to get going, Roach slips out of it. And that's the game plan, that's strategy. Staying off the ropes and going back to the middle of the ring. Good shot right there, leading with a straight right hand.
And these are eye-catching shots that Roach is throwing. Zepeda's throwing some stuff. He's touching the arms, he's touching the shoulders. Good body shot there from Zepeda. What I've seen so far is Lamont Roach backing him up with some of these right hands and left hooks.
Good uppercuts in the inside by Zepeda right there. This is what he's going to have to do.
Are you comfortable with Roach staying against the rope, Sergio?
No, I am not. And
good left hand from Zepeda.
He doesn't want to stay there. He's being forced to stay there.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. When Zepeda gets you against the rope.
Big left hand again from Zepeda to right.
Zepeda wants to push you backwards. Roach needs this fight in the middle of the ring.
Roach will not be able to duck and dodge all those punches. He's going to have to punch and intercept in between the shots.
There's a left from Roach on the exit. Good left again from Zepeda, who just won't stop coming.
Good body shot there from Zepeda to finish that combination.
Roach very comfortable on the inside, but he shouldn't be this relaxed against Zepeda. Zepeda just going to keep punching. He will not relent. I haven't seen no counters to the body from Roach either. He said he was going to do that. I haven't seen that yet.
Sergio, how is William Zepeda able to have this type of volume? Like, why can't other fighters just get in the shape that he gets in?
Because other fighters weren't born in the altitude in the high mountains of that certain part of Mexico. He's a hard worker that loves to run, very athletic, and just a disciplined fighter.
Again.
That's like an 8-punch combination there from Zepeda.
Yeah, Roach is going to have to do something, man. Zepeda's just getting started.
Chance of Zepeda echoing through the theater here at the Virgin Resort and Casino. Best round so far for Zepeda.
Very fast.
Well, I drink Red Bull.
But you do realize.
Yes, Red Bull gives you wings, but, I'm scared of heights.
And Zepeda got things started right now. Nice right hand. Bouncing off the head of Zepeda, but Zepeda landed some good shots in here. Was on the front foot and leading shots. Nothing really landing cleanly. That body shot right there, that's a good shot. Easy to see. Punching him around the guard of Roach. This is Zepeda's fight. This is how he's going to keep the pressure on and win rounds going forward.
Zepeda threw 89 punches in round 3 and landed 25. Roach threw 47 and landed 13.
Yeah, that shoulder roll is going to betray Lamont Roach. He can't let someone like Zepeda get on the inside that easy.
But Sergio, when someone throws 89 punches in a round, you're thinking, well, the next round they got to slow the volume down. But as you can see, that ain't happening.
Okay, I like what Roach is doing right now. He's catching and countering to the body now. That's what you want to do with Zepeda. You want to test these tough Mexicans down to the body. There we go.
There's a body shot from Zepeda. Counter shot from Roach.
Zepeda's really strong when he shells up. Nothing penetrates that guard. And as soon as you're done punching, he comes back and retaliates.
You know, Roach is not going to run. He is a pocket fighter. We saw that against Tank. We saw that against Cruz. But against this kind of output, you can't just shell up and take so many of those shots.
Well, he stands his ground and he gets respect.
Good counter left there.
Both these guys stand their ground.
There's that right hand he was looking for as well.
Yeah, a rare time that Roach went first. Usually he's reacting to what Zepeda does.
Roach is throwing away that right hand, hoping that Zepeda commits to a counter and check him with that left hook, but it's not coming. Zepeda has a good game plan. Being calculated with his aggression is Zepeda.
Look at Zepeda just chomping at the bit to go right after him. Counter right there from Roach and another one. And a third.
3 straight shots, 2 right hands, straight down the pipe and then a right hook.
And
that's what he needs to do right there.
And Zepeda not deterred.
Roach is going to have to clinch and try to back him up, try to walk back Zepeda to buy you some time and get off those ropes.
You know, one thing Roach said this week is that they wanted to test the chin of Zepeda. They saw that knockdown that Tevin Farmer had in his first fight. They wanted to see if he could take that power. So far, Williams Zepeda is doing a pretty good job of that.
This fight is exactly what we thought it would be.
The body shot by Roach. See that little shift? Those little foot shifts by Roach. He's going to need a lot more of those. He cannot stay in front of Zepeda. Anytime he shifts a little bit, Zepeda has to reset his feet. And there you see Zepeda having some agile feet.
Another busy round for Williams Zepeda.
Got to work in the clinches a little bit more, all right? You want to, I want you to swallow the first back. You got to work in the clinches. You hear me? Bring your knees in there too. Punch, sharp, and short.
And there's that jab that Zepeda's going to need.
So they just announced the open scoring here inside the theater. The official judges' scores. One judge had it even, Chris, and the other two have it tilted towards Williams Zepeda.
Yeah, one judge had it 38-38. Two others 39-37 in favor of Williams Zepeda. I thought the judges might give Roach's clean punching a little bit more respect in those first couple of rounds, but it seems like they respect the activity of Zepeda a little bit more.
So now Roach, who's had back-to-back draws that he thought he won, Sergio, knows exactly where he stands.
And this is where the case can be made that open scoring benefits the fighter. Lamont Roach, you know, he coming off rare back-to-back draws, you know that this is exactly what he needs. He wants to hit these scorecards, but he needs to push the fight and not let Zepeda do this. He's gonna have to take chances and fight fire with fire.
Good right hand from Zepeda. Big left again. Where's that straight right hand we were waiting for from Roach, Sergio?
He was throwing it earlier, but now it's a straight left hand that's actually getting there sooner by Zepeda. Zepeda has educated feet. Whether he inches his feet closer and closer, and you don't even know that he's breaking into range, and that's where he just lets loose with power shots like that.
There are the official judges' scorecards through 4 rounds. So essentially 2 of the judges have it 3 rounds to 1. The other one has it 2 apiece. Ever stalking is Zepeda, marching forward to a drum beat that only he can answer to. Chris's scorecard, you got it dead even.
Dead even, 38-38. Zepeda starting to pick up some steam as this fight progresses, and Roach, he's got to find a solution. He's not going to match the output, but you got to counter with much cleaner shots.
Ooh, good combination right there by Zepeda. Nowhere to hide for Lamont Roach. Picks you upstairs, takes you and stabs you downstairs is Zepeda.
That was 5 or 6 clean scoring punches for Zepeda.
Whenever you have good upper body movement in that shoulder roll, whenever you have...
There's a straight right from Roach.
That's what you got to do with them. You got to dissect opponents up and down, not letting them think. This is the pressure, the Mexican style pressure that made Williams Zepeda hard to beat. And it took a great champion, a great boxer like Shakur to stand there, fight him off and box him off to keep his bust all off him.
Now, these body shots of Zepeda, I think, are starting to add up.
Well, ladies and and gentlemen, we are just 3 weeks away from two of the most dynamic personalities squaring off at the T-Mobile Arena right down the road. August 22nd, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Rolly Romero puts his WBA welterweight title on the line against former 2-division world champ Teofimo Lopez. Remember, DAZN Ultimate, the best value way to watch every fight. You get fights every week included at no extra cost and a minimum of 12 pay-per-views a year.
Beautiful shot right there by Zepeda, and you can see that Roach came up short with that counter. There he goes, landing both shots. Zepeda getting the heavier hands and the better connection.
You know, good exchange there, but we've seen Zepeda these last few rounds put together those Williams Zepeda-like combinations where he's throwing 6, 7, sometimes 8 punches and landing most of them. These are all scoring shots. That's going to make an impact on the judges.
If we didn't know Zepeda as well as we do, Sergio, we'd say, can he keep this pace up? But we already know the answer.
He can definitely keep it up. He's a 15-round fighter. This is a man that can keep fighting, and he's going to stay in your face the entire time unless you get his respect.
Let's bring in Sean Porter. Sean, how are you seeing this? Thank you, Sean. Good straight right hand there from Roach Jr. Need to see more of that as he lets his hands go a little bit here. Is it that simple? Let your hands go more?
Not whenever you're dealing with someone like Zepeda. I think when you try to match his output, that's when you're going to get hit. I think Roach needs to start moving his feet a little bit, start using angles as well.
It's incredible, and Williams Zepeda looks as fresh as a daisy. There's a straight right hand from Roach.
There we go. That's an angle. See, you get the uppercut left hook, but then get out of the way. But back comes Zepeda. He's always in front of your face, always suffocating you. There's no escaping this man.
I can only imagine. It's one thing to watch Zepeda on TV. That's a good counter from Roach Jr.
Zepeda ate that left hook. And we've seen Zepeda down by non-punchers. Roach is a strong puncher. Zepeda ate that up.
I was going to say it's one thing to see this guy on TV, but to live the experience like Roach is doing right now, it's got to be way worse than he possibly imagined.
Not only that, but you can hear the thump in the punches of Zepeda. So it's not only high output and high work rate, it's hard, heavy hands being landed. They're being heard and felt by Lamont Roach.
And Chris, you were asking what that extended layoff was going to do for Zepeda. Would it? Whoa, nice left hand. Would he be rusty or would he be reinvigorated?
Yeah, it seems like he's reinvigorated up until this point. And look, he made a credible case that fighting 3 times in 9 months, tough camps, tough fights, 34 total rounds against good fighters. That took a piece out of him. He thinks he got that piece back with this long layoff.
The next time we will see you on TNT will be September 4th when the fight returns with heavyweight contenders Andy Ruiz and Damian Timba, who face off live on TNT, True TV, and streaming on DAZN. It's great to see Andy Ruiz back.
Love it, man, and he's been doing well, promoting himself, smiling, being in front of the camera, saying all the right things, and we need a Mexican in the heavyweight division.
How about a little celebrity roll for you? There's Oscar De La Hoya, the Hall of Famer, the CEO of Golden Boy. Bob Arum, speaking of Hall of Famers, the founder and CEO of Top Rank Boxing. Nico Ali Walsh and Teofimo Lopez, who we'll see fighting on August 22nd. There's a left from Roach. How impressed are you by what you're seeing from El Camarón?
I'm very impressed because it's not just a slugfest. You know, he's not a slugger. He has a good presence of where he's at. He does little shifts. He dips his head. He comes around the guards. Zepeda's just an all-around complete pressure fighter.
Chris, how do you have this score?
Yeah, I've got William Zepeda starting to take control, and I had a scorecard that was tighter through 4 rounds than 2 of the judges had it. I've got a 58-56 in favor of William Zepeda. The output is just there. The body work especially, that's been phenomenal for William Zepeda to start this fight. He looks like the El Camarón that we saw storming through the competition through the early parts of the 2020s. 4 rounds to 2 in favor of William Zepeda.
We'll get the official judges' scores after the 8th round.
And so this is what Lamont Roach, falls into, where he lets his opponent control the action. And 1 and 2 counters is not going to keep Zepeda off, and it's not a good look for him in a fight that's slipping away from him. As long as Zepeda's on the front foot, he's going to be in control and he's going to get the satisfaction. You got to push this guy back. You got to find a way to push back this tough Mexican.
We asked Zepeda's team during our fighter interviews yesterday, how did he look in training? He said, well, we sparred the other day, and Zepeda threw 137 punches in round 7.
I tell you what, Roach just ate a left hook, and that hurt him. He backed up real quickly after eating that shot.
I'm starting to see signs of breaking down from Roach. The fact that he has his guns holstered telling me that he's not as confident with the catch and counters anymore.
Well, the question they had,
good shot.
The question they had within Team Roach was, did Zepeda have the kind of chin that they could take advantage of? I think the answer right now is a resounding no. Well, they can't take advantage of it.
Sergio, what's the plan B for Roach Jr.? It was catch and counter, straight left hands coming into this fight. What's the plan B now?
There's no plan B, Ty. That's it. You just got to slug it out with him. And look, he lands some good shots. Those are 4 solid shots, but back comes Zepeda. If you can't get the respect of Zepeda, you're not going to win this fight. You got to hurt this man. And he hasn't been able to hurt him to the chin, so why not go back downstairs?
Another good round for Zepeda. And another nice night in Las Vegas, the world-famous Sphere. We went and saw U2 there last year. Do you remember that?
Yes, we did.
Great night. And here's the theater at Virgin Hotels. Packed house. Every ticket is sold, and they're in for a treat in this main event. All action from Zepeda and Roach Jr. Speaking of celebrities, there is Kevin Durant.
My worlds colliding here with Kevin Durant, 2-time NBA champion, member of the Houston Rockets and proud member of the DMV, here to support Lamont Roach Jr.
How are the Rockets going to be this year?
They'll be good, but the Western Conference is tough. And that is your NBA Minute.
You see Zepeda coming up a little short with that left hand, but still touching the face of Lamont Roach. And Roach has been 100% on the back foot. He needs to switch things up and start taking chances.
You know, I was watching Roach in between rounds. A lot of heavy breathing coming out of that corner. It's exhausting fighting William Zepeda when you have this guy that keeps coming, throwing 75, 80, 90 punches per round. It takes something out of you.
What was Shakur able to do that Roach Jr. has not been able to do?
Well, Shakur does everything right. When he's against the ropes, he catches and counter. He uses his shoulders well. And then on the inside, he was throwing 4, 5, 6 punch combinations against Zepeda. So he never let Zepeda get going with that aggression.
Well, I tell you what, and maybe it's the opponent, but Zepeda looks way better than he did against Shakur Stevens.
Well, I think it speaks to how special Shakur is as a fighter. Shakur is an elite top 3 pound-for-pound type of talent. Lamont Roach is a good fighter, but Zepeda, he is a high-volume guy. Look at these numbers. A fight-high 90 punches in the 7th round, landing 25 of them. It takes someone special to keep you off of him.
Sergio, we're getting to a point already where Roach is going to need a knockdown.
Yeah, he is, and he's not even trying to find lightning in the bottle. Good body shot right there by Roach. He caught him counter nicely, but look, Zepeda takes it and keeps coming.
That's the
How
thing,
are you
Sergio.
going to beat this man?
He landed a good body shot, but he took 2.
Right. So I just don't understand. Roach is not a one-punch knockout artist, so you're not going to knock out this man with one shot.
Zepeda is in the zone right now. He is on top of the world, and nothing Roach Jr. has been able to do can slow him down. You mentioned he might have to fight this guy, Sergio. Is it time to bite down on the mouthpiece and just go toe-to-toe with this man?
Well, maybe not toe-to-toe, but at least try to be more physical. Like right there, he could have tried to walk back Zepeda. You know, front foot fighters don't like being walked back, so you got to try to push them back. You got to try something different, because right now the back foot boxing, you're not keeping this man off you.
You know, I'm really impressed, as I often am, with the punch variance of Zepeda. He's not aiming at the same spot. He comes upstairs, downstairs, body shot. There you saw a short hook right there mixed in. He's got a pretty deep bag of offensive weapons.
Not only that, but see, Zepeda knows how to box. He was part of the Mexican national team. He knows how to use his jab, the clean punching, the footwork, the angles. He's more than just a slugger. This man's just an all-around pressure fighter that's hard to get off him.
He's on top of his game tonight and one of the biggest fights of his career.
Hey, if you keep going like this, you're going to be champion again. This guy is done. Listen, the only thing he can do is try to come forward and try to go for the knockout. You gotta keep working the body. With the same hand, give me 2 punches downstairs. One downstairs, then pick him up with the right uppercut. There's that right uppercut they won. Look, there's that shot. Lamont Roach landed a good body shot in between the punches. Zepeda didn't feel that punch, kept coming and got a better body shot that had more impact on Lamont Roach.
Zepeda, the former WBC interim lightweight champion, a chance to win a full title here tonight. Panda Nahar, his trainer in the corner, saying, look, you're on your way, my man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Excitement in the voice of Panda Nahar.
Sergio, have you ever seen Zepeda fight better than this?
No, because he's in there with an elite opponent. He's been able to do this with lesser opponents, but not against someone like Lamont Roach, who's faced the absolute best, been to the top as a champion. And right now, the second half, it's all Zepeda right now.
I mean, even when he fought Tevin Farmer, he did not look like this.
And it goes to show you that that break, that layoff that he needed to rejuvenate himself and come back stronger actually helped.
Well, Chris, they just announced into the house here the official judges' scores.
Yeah, the final open scoring before we go to the decision, all William Zepeda. 2 judges had it close, 77-75 in favor of Zepeda. Another one, 78-74. So Zepeda right now in front. But Lamont Roach still in this fight as we enter the final third of it.
Well, he's going to have to win 2 rounds clear in order to catch up. But he does still have a chance mathematically. What about yours, Chris? How do you see it?
I see William Zepeda taking over as this fight progresses. 78-74 on my scorecard. Lamont Roach is having some moments, a body shot here, a straight right hand there. But William Zepeda has just been tremendous. The outputs there, the body work has been exceptional. 78-74 on my card.
The thud and the punch of Zepeda is still there. This man's an animal. And you can see that he's not standing in front of Roach too long either. He's always trying to get a little slight angle to attack you from a different side.
Zepeda looks fresher.
Ooh, good shot.
Uppercut. And then got him off balance.
That is like 6 punches right there.
The body language looking worse and worse for Lamont Roach.
Yes, it is.
I said it earlier. Zepeda said we're going to hit him with so many punches, he's going to think he's fighting an octopus. And that's what's happened, Sergio. Every possible angle, both hands non-stop.
Yeah, it feels like Lamont Roach is getting jumped by three fighters in there right now. And that's what Zepeda does. He just beats you to a pulp and suffocates you.
And you need these last 3. You hear me? You need these last 3. You want to try to hurt him, man. You hear me? D-Bro. D-Bro. You waiting too long. You second that fight. Trust your defense, all right? Okay? Wait. I'm saying this here. All right? Keep taking back steps up the forward. You got to beat him there. All right? And you got to punch when you got to work. Keep it down. Okay? D-Bro.
All right, round 10 of 12. Let's bring in Terrence Bud Crawford. Bud, what would your advice be to Roach Jr. right now?
Listen, like I said before, if he don't up his punch count, he's going to get outworked. He's getting outworked. He needs to be going to the body. He needs to step around. And he needs to keep his hands up and stop pulling out with his hands out.
Terrence Bud Crawford, never beaten in the ring.
You know, we are 9 rounds into this fight, and Lamont Roach has been hit by more punches than at any time during his CompuBox track career. 18 fights, 9 rounds in, Zepeda has hit him with more shots.
Sergio, you heard in the corner, they told Lamont, you got to hurt him. You got to hurt this guy, but right now, he looks unhurtable.
Yeah.
Right?
No, he's just in there with a piece of steel. He's not going to go anywhere, is Zepeda. And we know Mexicans could take a hard shot, but I'm with Bud on this one. Why aren't you countering and attacking the body? This man takes a big shot to the chin, but you got to soften him up downstairs. Get an angle, then you could attack him.
Yeah, I think people maybe read too much into that knockdown that Tevin Farmer had in that first fight between them. He's faced some good fighters with some pop, and he stood up to pretty much everything up until this point. Zepeda's got a very solid chin.
There's a shot that landed, but Zepeda walks right through it.
Man, if you're Lamont Roach, you got to follow up with something like that. Hit him with the right hand, go downstairs to the body. Don't be one and done in these situations.
Just won't let you breathe, Zepeda. Like he's starting to fight, not like he's in round 10. Where does he get the energy?
And this is the fight that we expected Roach around this time, but it's Zepeda turning the tables and aggression.
You know, the majority of this crowd seem to be pro-Roach Jr., but he just hasn't given him a chance to get behind him, Sergio. If he could just land something big and get this crowd, he might be able to feed off it a little bit. There's a right hand.
I would say it's a 50-50 crowd, but yes, Roach does have a lot of support here, a lot of fan base, but they have nothing to cheer about because Zepeda has taken everything here.
Well, Roach on the front foot, a rare foray forward.
Yeah, and that's something that he could try different. Coming forward, being on the front foot, and backing up Zepeda, who's not going to be as good on the back foot as he's on the front foot.
Maybe a little bit of fatigue over the final minute of this round from William Zepeda.
Yeah, he's only going to throw 60 punches this round, right?
But he's giving up some opportunity for Roach to throw some shots.
That left scores from Roach. And a body shot. You wanted one, he gave you one.
understand? Come on, he can't compete with you when you have your hands up. There's that 1-2, didn't really land, but you can see that the nose is bloody by Lamont Roach. But that shot right there, look, punches like that Roach landed, surprising and tweaking the neck of Zepeda. Zepeda just ate that up and came right back with even more anger and more punches. That is discouraging whenever you're doing and landing good shots. The opponent just eats them up like Pac-Man.
We have now entered the championship rounds, 11 and 12. Roach certainly needs to win both of them and probably needs at least one knockdown. Chris Mannix, how do you have it through 10?
Yeah, I've got Williams Zepeda still in control, 97-93. I did give Lamont Roach Jr. that last round. I thought Williams Zepeda took his foot off the gas over the final 90 seconds. You could hear the urgency there from Panda Nahar saying, hey, don't drop your hands. Keep them up, keep throwing. That's how we win rounds. But right now, I've got Lamont Roach way down on the scorecards. He's going to need a knockdown or a knockout, in my opinion, to win this fight. It's just tough, man. You can't just stand there and eat those shots.
And that's where that glove up earmuff defense betrays you. You can't be letting fighters, volume punchers, land anything. You got to duck under those shots, make them completely miss, and get discouraged by throwing those punches.
Oh, nice uppercut from Roach. That split the guard as he tries to come to life here in the 11th.
Roach is landing some good shots. It's just they're one-offs. He's not able to put these combinations together to give you the kind of 3-4 punch combination that Zepeda is giving you.
And that's because you got to give credit to Zepeda, not only for his technique, but for his footwork. He's stepping back and not letting Roach get nothing going. Little shifts, subtle shifts that he's doing is not letting Lamont Roach get any combination started.
Combination from Roach Jr. started downstairs, ended up top. He's showing more signs of life here, though. Chance of Reaper trying to rally the troops here. But this Mexican freight train just won't slow down.
Even when Zepeda misses wildly with a shot, he doesn't fall off balance, and that takes athleticism. That's a solid foundation there.
Certainly a much better round for Roach Jr., but it's just not been enough. He needs that golden ticket, so to speak, that one shot.
He's trying to find it around the guard with that right hook. But it's not going to be, you have to throw combinations against Zepeda.
I need to go for the stop. You hear me?
Gotta stop it.
Take a big breath. Touch the glove. Look here. It ain't over till. You hear me? Stop this motherfucker. It ain't gonna call the game.
You gotta stop him. If the advice are giving Lamont Roach, and I love hearing that. That goes to show you that they want this fight, and they have to go. They have to take it out of the hands of Zepeda. They need to go for the knockout.
And the good thing is, Sergio, Zepeda will be right there. He'll be right in front of you.
No, he'll give you opportunities for it, but just you have to have the perfect, well-placed shot at the right time on the right place.
The 12th and final round. The Reaper needs a Hail Mary in the worst way. Sergio, is it going to have to be a liver shot? Is that the shot that might be able to do it?
I think it's going to have to be a counter to the body. Yes, a catching counter to the body to finally hurt or get the attention of Zepeda. Then you can well away with haymakers upstairs.
But you know, Zepeda's probably thinking KO as well. He's got 27 of them in his 33 wins.
The thing about, there's a shot. Good shot there by Roach. And look, Zepeda just gets angry and comes right back. Roach cannot hurt Zepeda to the chin. And I keep saying that, but Roach continues to ignore the body.
A frustrating, humbling, painful night for Lamont Roach Jr. There's a body shot from Zepeda. We mentioned that Zepeda's never been in a boring fight, and this certainly wasn't one either. Non-stop aggression and volume from the Mexican have befuddled Lamont Roach Jr. Was the game plan wrong, Sergio? Was Zepeda simply just too good?
No, Zepeda was too good. I mean, the game plan was there for Roach. The confidence, the right punches. Even, I mean, he's been landing some clean, hard punches on Zepeda. Zepeda has that chin, the resilience, the leg work, the footwork, the strength. It's hard to stop this man.
Oh, big left hand from Zepeda.
Yeah, they exchanged shots there, but thought Zepeda got the better of it with that left.
Left hand from Roach.
You know, I was questioning the time off of Zepeda after that loss in those physical camps and back-to-back physical fights. But he needed the break, came back stronger, rejuvenated, and reinvented. This man is going to be hard to beat at lightweight.
Final seconds of the fight. A masterclass and relentless pressure and determination from William Zepeda here in Las Vegas. Sergio, were you impressed?
I'm very impressed, Todd. I mean, this is the type of performance that makes stars, Mexican stars. We all know that boxing needs a Mexican star. Whenever you have a pressure fighter, someone that's always looking for the knockouts like this, you're going to get the star in the making, beating fighters like Lamont Roach.
And you can see the emotion on the face of William Zepeda and his entire team. Chris, you had it 117, 111.
Yeah, I thought Lamont Roach had some moments there, landed some good, clean shots, but the overwhelming number of power punches landed by William Zepeda, the body work by William Zepeda, fine performance.
Let's send it up to our TNT panel and Adam.
Zepeda, non-stop action. Think about this, guys. He threw more than 300 punches than Roach, landed more than 70 punches than it was non-stop, and he is looking to lift the belt. Tim, your takeaways from what we just heard.
Unbelievable performance, I believe, by Zepeda. I think that he learned so much in that Shakur Stevenson fight. You can see his game has definitely elevated. I agree with Sergio Mora that the layoff, taking about a year off, I think it helped him and rejuvenated his body. He started a little bit slower this time, and that had to do with Roach being, great counterpuncher. So he was very defensive, I would say, in spots. But once he got that motor going, he was hard to stop.
I thought that was a part of the game plan, the way that he started the fight. He didn't want to give him that rhythm so early and let Roach get into a rhythm of being able to defend it. They turned it on slowly. Once they turned on that engine, oh my God, unbelievable engine this kid has. Unbelievable main event we just saw because Roach fought back the entire way, and even at the end, he tried to win. Go ahead, Terrence.
Like I said,
right, the numbers are in. It's official. Let's send it back.
All right, fight fans here in Las Vegas, let's make some noise. These two warriors went all 12 championship rounds in the center of the ring. And we now go to the judges' scorecards, where Tim Cheatham scored this contest 117-111. Eric Cheek scored it 117-111. David Sutherland had it 118-110. All three judges in favor of your winner by unanimous decision and the new WBC lightweight champion of the world from San Mateo Atenco, Mexico, la Tierra del Casado, William El Camarón Zepeda.
William Zepeda with one of his best ever outings, a dominating, destructive performance to beat Lamont Roach Jr. And in the process, he becomes the WBC World Lightweight Champion. And look what it means to him. Incredible scenes here in Las Vegas. Hard work and dedication, that's what Floyd Mayweather always said, and Zepeda lives that life. You never, ever will see someone outwork El Camarón, and tonight he gets his flowers. He is the champ. Here's Chris Mannix.
Well, William, congratulations. You worked 10 years to be called the world champion. What did it mean to hear your name called tonight?
¿Cómo te sientes a ser campeón de 10 años de trabajo?
No solo son 10 años, es más. Estoy muy agradecido con todo mi equipo, con toda la gente que me ha apoyado, especialmente a mi familia, que es la que ha estado desde un principio, desde el día 1, y este campeonato se los dedico a ellos.
It's been way more than 10 years. This has been a sacrifice and a struggle with my family, my team, and everything, all the support has finally came true.
About a year ago, you struggled with the boxing skills of Shakur Stevenson. What was different about you tonight?
El año pasado no podías encontrar cómo ganarle a Shakur. ¿Qué cambió en esta pelea?
Me puso una gran prueba Shakur. Creo que me dio un gran examen. Todo este año que estuve fuera del ring, lo practiqué con el equipo y pues trabajamos en lo que nos había hecho falta. Ahorita implementamos algunas cosas. Todavía tenemos que seguir creciendo para estar en la elite.
Against Shakur was an exam I couldn't pass, and you know what? It was humbling. But we took the time, we came back stronger, worked on the weaknesses, and came back, and now we're champion.
You did take some time off, about a year off after your last fight. How much of a difference did that make?
¿Cuánto te ayudó este tiempo de relajar?
El cuerpo no es una máquina, también lo reciente. Venía de muchas peleas seguidas, ya sentía un poquito el cansancio, pero yo nunca me rajo. Yo soy un buen mexicano que nunca me rajo, nunca digo que no. Tomé la oportunidad, pero también aquí hay que descansar. Y de ahorita descansamos y lo demostramos.
Listen, the body breaks down. You may think I'm a machine, but the body breaks down. I needed that break, but just my true Mexican spirit was always going to come through and win fights like this.
You knew Lamont Roach was looking for that counter right hand. How long did it take you to figure him out?
La derecha, pero ¿cuánto tuviste para no darle la derecha de la mano?
No, yo sabía que él me iba a estar casando con su derecha, la estuvimos practicando mucho tiempo. Todos los golpes, la verdad, los estuvimos practicando porque sabemos que es un peleador muy rápido, muy explosivo, pero creo que pusimos nuestro boxeo. Cambió un Camarón Zepeda que no solo fue al choque.
Look, we knew he had a right hand. We knew we had to watch out for that right hand, but all the punches that Roach threw, we had to respect every punch, but we were ready for every counter, and tonight was Camarón's night.
You got one belt. There are 3 other belts out there. What do you want to do next?
¿Quién quieres pelear después?
Yo quiero ser campeón indiscutido a medida que me pongan, nada más que me digan cuándo y dónde.
I want to become undisputed. I don't care who it is or when it is. Put them in front of me and I'm going to beat them.
What's it mean to be a Mexican fighter wearing that green belt?
¿Cómo te sientes ser un mexicano con este cinturón verde WBC?
No, pues me siento muy orgulloso. Hoy, una vez más, un mexicano de buena fe y viniendo a trabajar a Estados Unidos, pone el nombre de México en lo alto.
Listen, I'd love to come be a Mexican representing Mexico here in the great states of the United States, but look, I'm proud Mexican with a Mexican belt.
Congratulations, William.
Hoy un mexicano viene por ese sueño americano a cumplirlo aquí a Las Vegas.
Listen, I'm a Mexican, but look, I had an American dream to come to Las Vegas and become a world champion.
We did that. Congratulations. Lamont, what went wrong for you tonight?
Zepeda was well prepared tonight. Him and his team, they had a tremendous, a game plan, and he put it into play. No excuses. I took my hat off to their team. He was just one step ahead of me.
You knew coming in that he was a high-volume guy. Was there something about him that maybe you didn't expect?
Yeah, like I said, coming into the fight, we just thought he was a one-trick pony. He actually used his feet. As you can see, he was stepping back and kind of countering or not allowing me to get my counters off. And, he did it the whole fight. So, I had to switch a couple things up. And, I just didn't succeed. That's it.
You landed some good shots on him. I know you were wondering coming in if he would have the chin to hold up to that power. Did he surprise you with how he took your power?
Nah, he's tough. He only has one loss and never been stopped for a reason. So, like I said, I took my hat off to them. They came ready. I came ready, but he was just a better man that night.
You've bounced back from a loss before. Where do you go from here?
The sky's the limit. I'm coming back better than ever. I just want to thank everybody who came out here and supported me, man. I heard the cheers. I could still hear the cheers. I feel the love, and I have nothing to hang my head for. I fought tough. I fought to the end. Everybody know I got balls big as Godzilla, man, and I'll be back.
No doubt about that. I appreciate it, Lamont.
Yes, sir.
Lamont Roach showing a great attitude here tonight. Sergio, I ask you this after all big fights. What grade would you give William Zepeda tonight?
Normally, you need a knockout to get an A+, but this was an A++ performance by William El Camarón Zepeda against a fighter like Roach that has been to the championship level. The pressure of Pitbull wasn't enough, the power of Tank wasn't enough, and the volume and the excitement of Lamont wasn't enough.
Let's look at some highlights from this as Lamont Roach Jr. started pretty good.